thank you for joining. Let's. I just wish. I just wish you are settled. All right. All right. Um, let's get into it. So, conversation with Victor Oyefeso. Live here with Rotarian Wale Abdul. Rotarian Wale Abdul was a key member of Rotary District 9110, the defunct Rotary District 9110. Rotarian Wale Abdul is an active member of Rotary District 9112. Is a key figure, is a humanitarian, is a businessman, and has done a lot. I've seen him add so much value, and that's one of the reasons I've invited him this morning for us to get to know him. Has everything been rosy? Has it all been good? All right. Rotarian Wale Abdul, please kindly introduce yourself. What would you like to be known by? Kindly introduce yourself as brief as possible. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Victor. My name is Adewale Abdul. I'm a Rotarian from Moshikob of Yaba Kotville. I was the Deputy Secretary for Rotary District 910 before, and currently an Assistant Governor covering Moshikob of Magodo Central and Moshikob of Tinkan Island. At the same time, I serve as a special assistant to the district governor, Rotary District 9112. For profession, I'm a risk analyst. At the same time, I am a business development manager with Codeville Business Solutions PLC. And for side hustle, I'm a shoe merchant. I own Wales Footwear, all forms of shoes, male, female, children, sneakers, corporate shoes, and the likes. So, in summary, that is who I am. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Rotarian Wale. I know you, I think, sometimes 2 years ago, and I've seen that you're a very active person. I've seen some of the things you have done. I've seen your commitment, and I believe that you are a leader. We cannot see you. Are you there? Rotarian Wale, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. So once again, thank you for joining us. We're going straight to this interview. So you mentioned, okay, so basically what do you do when you leave the house in the morning? Where do you go? What do you do basically? What put food on your table?
Okay, just like I stated, when I leave my house every morning, Monday to Friday, I go to Codeville Business Solution PLC. That is a company that is the owner, the franchise owner of vehicle registration in Nigeria. We're in 21 states in Nigeria, and what we do basically is automation of vehicle registration and documentation. And I've been currently moved to the business development team of the company, and I serve as business development manager for the company. So I do that Monday to Friday. Why on Saturday? Oh, I forgot to mention that I also anchor events. I do compare. So I compare events, and today, for instance, okay, I'm actually not anchoring today, but I have a couple of events I'm attending. One on behalf of the district governor of Rotary International District 912, one on behalf of the GMD and CEO of Codeville Business Solution PLC, and one.
Yes, I observed you missed that part of MC because I've also seen you MC a lot of beautiful events, and I know that you do that very well. All right, before we
Thank you
get
very much.
too serious, just on a lighter mode, I would like to ask these questions or this question. If you are presented with a Nigerian and Canadian passport today, which one will you pick? And picking means that you become a citizen of that country and you probably have to leave the other. So,
I may have to disappoint a number of people. Anytime, any day, I will pick Nigerian passports. I'm a full Nigerian. There is so much money in this country. So much money, the population is there. It depends on how you can turn it around. So if you
hmm,
ask me 100 times, I would pick Nigeria. I've had the opportunity of actually relocating. It's not like I'm a billionaire or a millionaire right now, but there are so many potentials, so many. So if I want to visit Canada or US or UK, I'm only going on vacation. I'll be back in the country.
great,
Anytime, any
great. You
day.
talk about so many potentials. You talk about so many potential in this country. But then why do you think that many of our youths or many Nigerians are not realizing these potentials?
Well, I would say it's a mindset. First, it's a mindset. You
Okay,
first have to work with the psychic. You need to talk to yourself. You need to actually mine for opportunities. Sometimes when opportunities present themselves before you and you are not open, you are not open-minded to those opportunities, they will just fly you over. And somebody said one day that the meaning of poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly.
hmm,
So for you to be poor, that means you'll be passing over opportunities repeatedly without you knowing or identifying or even capitalizing on them. So what you should
great.
do as a youth is to look at opportunities and see the possibility of providing value in solving problems. Then you are going to make
Yes,
so much,
I
so
think I
much
take
money.
that. So opportunities doesn't always present themselves as opportunity sometimes, but when you get into any space, find a way to provide value. That is very critical, and I take that. So we'll go into the next question. So what's your biggest lesson in life? I'm sure that you are probably over 40 and you've seen this life in many decades. So what would you say your biggest lesson is?
Ah, well, I would say the first one here is always align yourself with people of values, people that you can tap values from. Don't be a big fish, a small, yeah, a big fish in a small pond.
Hmm.
So when you see yourself to be okay, you'll be so complacent. You would feel like you are good because you are aligning with people that you are better than. And
Hmm.
the moment you step out and realize that, see, a whole lot is happening out there, then it becomes a regret for you that all this why I should have been able to network more or link out more or relate
Okay, I
more with
am going
those
to,
people.
sorry, I'm going to, because I understand your time is very short, so I want to try as much as possible to manage the time so that we cover some of the questions. Don't you think that this idea of being a small fish in a big pond, if we all go by that idea, even the big fish may not want to relate with the small fish because they also want to be a small fish in a big pond of someone. So they don't want to relate with you who is also below them.
Okay, that will take me back to what I said initially that
I cannot hear you now. Can you hear
uh,
me?
yes, I can
Okay.
hear you.
Yes,
What I said
I can hear you.
initially that to a large extent, you need to provide some kind of value for the big fish to even be able to identify with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So you must provide some kind of value even for the big fish. Every big fish would only align or make themselves available for those small fish that have values. Do you understand? So if you are somewhere with a big fish or with some kind of perceived big fish, and all you do is to just ask and ask and ask and ask and collect, and that's exactly what somebody said about mentorship. That when you want to go into mentorship, do not ask your mentors for money. Do not ask your mentors for material things. Do not ask your mentors for how did they succeed? How did they get to the level where they are? Rather, you should ask your mentors when you failed. At what point did you fail? When you failed, how did you get up? What is the lesson? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Though my speaker is acting funny. I can hear you now.
Okay. So the question will now be, how did you fail? Did you fail? When did you fail? When you failed, how did you get up? What were you able to do to pick up? So ask for the lessons and not the success stories. Because at some point in life,
great. Ask for the lesson.
Ask for the lessons. Ask for their failures, because they will tell you at some point life is not all rosy. The graph of life is always going up and coming down. You pick up.
All right. So
by the time you fall.
So I'm going to yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to. If you want to pick up again, make sure you pick beyond where you were before you fell. That is the major.
All right. So I'm going to just do this follow-up question. You talk about serving value wherever you find yourself and being a small fish in a big pond. That way you can grow. Okay, so I want to ask this question. What do you think is your biggest success in life? At what point?
Well, first of all, I am not there yet. I'm a work in progress. And there are a lot of successes, a lot of small successes that one can claim. Like I said, they always say we should celebrate our small wins, right?
Yes.
There are a lot, really. I can only be grateful to my creator. There are a lot that I can, say of. But at the same time, one of the biggest things that puts smile on my face often is seeing myself in serving humanity and putting smiles on the faces of people that I know or I don't know. That is a big deal.
Yes.
Just put yourself in a position where you find yourself making some people happy without them.
What Rotarians do.
What Rotarians
are doing a lot.
Yeah. So that's a big deal for me.
Great. I probably would have to disconnect my mic. It's not helping.
Just a second, please. A second.
All right. All right, guys. So if you are joining us, once again, please let me know where you're joining from. Drop your location. If you can hear us, please say I can hear you. If the audio is good, say the audio is good. If the voice is fine, say the voice is fine. And kindly share this live broadcast. Kindly share this live broadcast. I guess this is the only thing you can do for me right now. Kindly share this live broadcast so that others can join. Conversation with Victor Oyefeso is designed to inspire young people or anyone who is at the verge of giving up, or anyone who needs inspiration at any point in their life. I've said oftentimes that many are giving up, especially today, many are giving up because of the various issues of life. The economy is tough, things doesn't seem to be working as people would expect. Many are putting so much effort and are getting very little. But even at that, you cannot give up. You cannot afford to give up. There is this balance in the world that says it is the person that give up that lose. So don't be the one that give up. You must continually, as you can hear from my guest, he had said that you must continually serve value. You must align yourself in places where you can serve value. You must be a small fish in a big pond. Don't be a big fish in a small pond. If you are a big fish in a small pond, you will not be able to grow. Don't be too comfortable with your environment. Be a small fish in a big pond so that every day you look at yourself and say, oh, I need to grow. I need to increase. I need to get bigger than this. I can do better than this. That is the way to go. So as I wait for my guests to rejoin, I am saying that there are so much problem to solve in this part of the world, and you just have to continually and consistently find one that you can solve and solve it very well. If it is granules that you can sell, there are some people whose only problem as we speak right now is finding a good granite. Because for whatever, either they want to make granite soup or they want to drink gari or they want to eat granite, their only problem is granite. So if you position yourself, if you advertise yourself, and if you serve a very good granite, you can be known as the person that sells the best granite in your community, even in Nigeria, even in the world. It's very possible with the use of social media. Just make sure that everyone that take your granite, the granite is stone free. There are no bad ones in the granules. The granite tastes nice. Your packaging is good. Just make sure that
I'm back.
everyone
Apologies
gets a very
for the
good
delay.
experience from what you sell. Uh, Thank you for joining back. Thank you for joining back, Rotarian Wale. So I'm going to move quickly to the next question. Okay, so politics, sport, religion, music, current affairs. Which one do you prefer? Because I would like to ask a question
Uh,
around it.
I need to be careful here. I need to be careful here. Well,
Okay.
maybe I will do religion, a bit of
Okay, you
politics.
would.
The ones I cannot answer, I'll pass.
Yes, I think it's just going to be one question we'll ask anyway. Okay, you're doing religion. Okay, so uh, there have been a lot of, I don't know if you have observed, recently many are getting disappointed with religious leaders. I'm a Christian. I know that many Christians are getting disappointed at their religious leaders, at their pastors, their prophets, and all that. A pastor is selling bottled water for 1.5 million, he's calling it all kinds of names. You know, a pastor is slapping people, different things that we have heard. And I'm sure that one or two of it is also happening in Islam. I know that you are a Muslim. So why do you think many are getting disappointed in their spiritual leaders these days?
Okay, I would answer with the best of my own ability and with my own personal opinion. Number one, in Nigeria as of today, we realize that a lot of people are just being spiritual,
The camera is
they are not,
not
they are not
picturing
working.
your face.
Can you hear me? Okay,
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
So I said, in Nigeria of today, we realize that a whole lot of people are proving or showcasing to be spiritual, but they are not godly.
Hmm.
And religion has now turned out to be a money making tool, like a
Hmm.
business oriented kind of service in both sides. People are looking for miracles. And of course, if you're looking for miracle, you need to pass with something. That's what they now preach. And people want to get rich quickly without working. In fact, I saw something on your Instagram page about this naughty guy, Oba Solomon.
Yes,
I saw that
yes.
video and I was like, well, for as long as you say this guy is this is that, there are some senses in what he mentioned. He said a lot of things that are just objective, easy to resonate with. You understand? So a lot of people want to make
Yeah.
money. A lot of people want to do things. So religion has now turned out to be what you feel you can swindle people's money with, or people tend to now follow with some kind of gullibility, and they do the unspeakable things in the name of my pastor or my imam said or my pastor said. I would do things that are questionable. And by the time you now hear, you will not be wondering, is there sense in this at all? So for me, your faith, your belief is between you and your God.
Great, great. Your faith is between you and your God. And I think that is very, 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 very important. Your faith is between you and your God. Sometimes we need to leave the dramas of it and just focus on our faith and our God. Okay,
Very
so I
true.
want to move to the next question. I believe that almost everyone has regrets one time or the other. Maybe you venture into a business that didn't work fine. Do you have any regret in life? And if you do you just want to briefly share with us?
Regrets, yeah. No, I don't have any regrets. In business, there's a book I read sometime that is, I can't remember the name, but it's about saying failing, fail, fail forward, fail fast, fail forward. There's a word, fail
Failing
fast,
forward.
and fail forward. Yes. So
Okay.
when you fail, you grab your lessons, take your lessons from that failure,
Hmm.
make it fast, count your losses immediately. Don't brood over it. Don't get down over it. Count your losses and move on and get better in that same thing. So
I
yes, I've
think I
ventured
love.
into businesses that have failed,
Hmm.
and I don't see them as regrets. They are just lessons for me. I wouldn't make the same mistake again. You know,
Great,
uh,
great,
that so for me, there are
great.
no regrets really. They are just lessons.
I think you've said something that is very important to me. You said you've ventured into businesses that failed, and that should encourage someone someday that almost everyone has ventured into businesses that fail. But you said we should not brood too much on it. Move on, take the lesson. I think for me that is very, very instructive. Okay, so I'm going to ask this question. I've seen you MC a couple of pro events. So at what point do you know you're going to be an MC? Or can you share that journey with us?
Yeah, yeah. Master of ceremony, just the same way a lot of singers who say they started singing while they were in church, as a choir, chorister, and from there they ventured, they made it, enterprising. You get so for me, I started anchoring programs. I was an emergency MC. Let me put it that way. I
Hmm.
started as an emergency MC where the MC that you paid for didn't come on time or did not come at all or something happened and they said, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Wale, please, you talk. We've heard you speak. So please, you can do this for us. Help us anchor this event. So that has happened a couple of times and they were like, wow, it's not bad. It's not doing badly. Let's use this guy more. Come on, why wasting money? Why wasting money?
Hmm.
Why looking for what is not lost? This guy did well. He did well than the person that we even paid said that did not come. Maybe we've seen so like that, and I started, gradually, from the religious fold. I'm a proud member, very staunch member of the South Institute of Nigeria, Akoka branch
All
precisely.
right.
So that is where I started my MC job from, and of course, for
Now,
the sake of Almighty Allah. And then gradually people started calling from other branches, about 37 branches. Then people started calling for other events, then Rotary, then, wedding ceremonies, then, like that. And
now,
to the glory of
considering
God, we are going.
considering considering where you started from,
Yeah.
do you think that the MC as a profession now is paying you? Is it really paying you now, or is still, oh, Adewale, come and do this for us, or and they just say thank you, they just give you a handshake? Is it paying you now?
Well, we are not where we want to be, but we are not where we used to be.
Right.
So we're making some fun in there. We have a lineup of activities now, back to back weekends from next weekend. Wedding receptions, launching, installation ceremonies of Rotary clubs. Quite a number of activities, and we can easily tune in. We can easily tune in to different mode depending on the event, and that comes with experience.
All right. Great, great. We're managing our time, so I want to move to the next question. I believe that you've seen my face one or twice, and then you've had the opportunity to go through my page. And I always like to ask this question for everyone I interview or everyone on my show or I interact with. What is your perception when you go through my page or when you engage with me? I ask this question because for me, it helps me to improve. It helps me to know how people sees me. It doesn't have to be elaborate, just what you perceive that this guy is or what this guy represents.
Okay, yes,
I would like
yes,
to.
I know that. First of all, I know you as a Rotarian that is making difference. I mean, you were, if I don't know if you are still the secretary, but you were secretary of your club, and
I was actually public image chair.
Public image. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect. I see a whole lot that you post. I see a lot of content from you. Yeah, you engage people, you communicate what we stand for, and I see that as value adding. I see that as value adding, and once you add value, then you are very important in that chain. Like I said, when we're talking about business, I was talking about values, values that you must add value for you to be uh, noticeable, for you to get some values, you must add value. For you to get some kind of reputation, you must add value. So I see you that wherever you are trying to make impact, you're trying to. So,
Great.
but at the same time, when you're looking at it from afar, you look very, very serious, like a very serious person. All this contrast events, so
No,
maybe
sincerely, I can be
background,
very, very serious. I can be
uh,
very, very serious.
what I've seen from afar.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. It will help me to improve. So I'm going to move to my next question.
All right.
If you have the opportunity, what would you like to change in the world? If you have the opportunity.
Is this word equity? It is never practiced here in this part of the world. I've not been to so many countries, but in this part of the world, equity is not practiced there, and that is why we have a whole lot of problems around us in the world. A whole
Hmm.
lot. Greed is the talk of the town, and that's why everybody tries to do anything and everything that can get them something because they know everybody's greedy.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
my take.
Equity, very
Yes.
powerful. Very powerful. All right. So, aside from you've talked about your Islamic background, so
Yeah.
aside from, by the way, which is your regular song? Is it Islamic song or secular song?
No, I listen to secular songs. So, I'm an MC now. I compare events, so I was able to blend
Yeah.
with the vibe. I must be able to add
Okay.
some
So,
vibes.
aside from the secular songs, can you give us your answer? You said you belong to Ansarudin. Did I get that right?
Yes, yes, a very, very strong brother,
Yes,
executive of
yes. Can
yes.
you sing, or can you just sing a song that you like? Yeah, we just want
Okay.
to see you sing a song that you like.
Ìsìláàmù ló kó wa jọ, ká ṣe táàní, má ṣe tú wa ká, káwa náà má hùwà tí ò dá, ká lè jèrè ara wa.
Great,
You know
great.
what that means,
You see, funny,
right?
yes, funny enough, while I was growing up, you know, I grew up in a small community between my 4 years old and I think I think around 10 years old. So I I grew up with my grandma and all these Muslims, Christians, we do a lot together. So
Mm,
so this song you just sang just sent me way back. So
mm,
I know this tune, and I know a lot of this song. I'm not sure I can remember. I can remember any. I'm trying to remember any and sing any right now, but I love Muslim songs. I love the tone. All those women, they sing with so much passion, you know.
yeah.
And Eleha, you know, I grew up around Eleha and all these people. So it's so
Ah, wow,
beautiful.
wow. That's a great approach there.
Yes, I just like it when Muslims and Christians do a lot of things together.
Yes.
It's
You know, we
beautiful.
cannot do without each other. My mom is a Christian, a very strong one, CAC. My dad
Wow.
was a Muslim before he died. And
Oh,
I would say among my siblings, so my mom, I am the only Muslim.
wow. Wow.
Out of about four of us, I am the only Muslim among the four of us. Will I say because they are Christians, I will not do my siblings? I love them.
Hmm.
They love me. They respect
Yeah,
my religion. I respect theirs. So we are together, and God has bonded the family that way.
that's great. So, do you believe in heaven and hell?
Definitely, it is real. Heaven is real. Hell
So, you
is real.
believe that
Yes,
when we leave this world, we go to either heaven or hell,
perfectly. I believe perfectly.
and you think you are going to heaven when you leave this earth?
Well, I am trying my best, working hard to be a member of heaven. So I pray, and that everybody will pray to become an inmate of paradise. So the
Great.
good work we do, what we do for Rotary, what we do for religion, for Islam, and what we do for humanity generally is what determines
Hmm.
where you go at the end of the
Great.
day. So that's it.
Great. I would like us to see your face more because of our viewers, and this video will still be
Yeah.
shared pretty much
The weather here
after.
is not so bright. It's a bit cloudy.
Yes.
That's
Well,
why.
I think the major challenge is that the camera is just moving around. So it's not right now it's very fine, but
I am driving,
sometimes
so
it just
I'm
yes,
on the
I
highway.
understand.
Yeah.
I understand that's the challenge. So I need to
Okay.
be calling your attention to it so that you just help us to
Thank you
adjust.
so much. Thank you.
Now, you know, I want to quickly do like 3 questions maximum so that I will let you go. So I'm trying
Okay.
to pick the questions that I would really like to ask. Nigeria is tough right now. Almost everyone is complaining. Everything has gone up almost 300% from May last year to this moment. How much do you think a 40-year-old should be worth in Nigeria now? I mean, a 40-year-old should be worth your business or the money you have in your account or when we value all your business. How much do you think a 40-year-old should be worth?
Hmm. You see that question. It's relative. It's
Hmm.
relative because there are different patterns to this. Uh, when we are talking about the ideal sense, remember in Yoruba land, they will say there are some people that are called Omobolanle.
Hmm.
You know what that means? You met
Yes.
you met wealth at home, so you have
No, but
something
you
to
know, I'm talking
ride on.
about ideally now. I'm talking about
Ideally,
ideally now. Ideal
well,
that can
for a
provide
40
for
year
your
old,
needs.
yes, I guess. For a 40-year-old, ordinarily, ordinarily, talking about billions in accounts should not be an issue. Once you are actively engaged with businesses or things that should fetch you income. Having billions in accounts should not be an issue. But I don't know. I don't couple of people do. There are selected few that are privileged enough to have that. Selected few, very few. So the rest of us are still hustlers, trying to add value, still trying to build up. And unfortunately, whatever you are able to do between 40 and 50, it's only God that will not determine your status over time.
So you don't want to put a figure, maybe
I
as
do not want
40.
to. I do not want to. It's very easy. Because I cannot
All right.
preach what I don't practice.
Yes.
If I
Yes.
say
But at the same time, okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So I'll just go to this next question. I'll just go to the next question. So what do you think you can never do? What do you think you can never do? That's okay. This, I can never do it, no matter what.
I can never steal. Because what
You can
what
never
belongs to
steal.
me will never miss me. Whatever misses me or whatever I miss was never meant for me. So I can never steal. I'll keep hustling, keep struggling, work hard while praying for God's blessing. I will never steal.
Great. Great. I'm glad to hear that because we live in a country that is filled with a lot of corrupt people.
Exactly.
And yes, there are also still good people in this country who are not corrupt and doing their best,
Exactly.
So I'm glad to hear that from you. All right. What games do you like playing? I'm sure if you're a Rotarian, you also like sport because sport is something that Rotary also preaches and encourage and invest
Yeah,
in.
sure.
What kind of games do you do?
I like an indoor sports, especially snooker. I play snooker a lot. A lot of snooker.
Soccer.
Snooker. Yes, snooker balls.
Snooker.
Yeah.
Great. Great. Okay. Um, So are you doing your job for money or for the passion? I think this question is very important. A lot of people say they are doing what they are doing for the passion. So we just tell you point blank, I'm doing it for the money. So we'd like to know.
Okay. It's a two-way response. First of all, I always tell people, yes, passion is good enough to start the business, but passion will not make you sustain the business. Neither will it make you scale up the business. So passion is sweet from inception. Oh, I like talking. I like addressing people. I like anchoring events. That is passion. But over time, you need to add the business part of it. So for me, as a business person, you can passion is not enough to hold you or to hold any business. You need some finances to be able to scale up and able to sustain that business. So I can say both for me.
Passion is not enough to sustain anyone. I
Yes.
think I picked that. I picked that. All right. So I have one or two questions and we call it a date. It's been very, very interesting. I've loved your sincerity. So on a lighter mood now, if a wealthy man offer you 200 million naira to stop your business and your work for the next 10 years, so you're just going to be spending that money, you're going to be sleeping at home, choose any country you like, will you accept that offer?
For 10 years,
Yes,
200 million.
yes,
Oh, no,
yes.
no, no, no. It's a no. Because from what I do, I can get connected to one or two people that will give me 500 million in a single job or in a single year. So telling me to lock up for 200 million, that means I'm ridiculing the potentials I should be able to pull. So it's a no for me.
And you don't believe the saying that a bed at hand is worth 10 on the tree. So if you have 200 million, don't you think that's a lot? You still want to continue to give your hard
Except you are
work
saying
and you
$200
believe
million.
so much in your work.
Except you are saying $200 million. Money doesn't have value.
$200 million.
If you say that, then I can say, no worry, I can do that for 20 years. You know? But by the time you start breaking 100 million naira, you know that that money is nothing really.
Okay, so you may be wondering, why would I ask this kind of question? It's important for young people out there to hear, to know that money is not much, because do you know that some people would kill anyone because of 100 million, even 20 million?
I
People are
agree.
killing people for 10 million.
I
So
agree.
I'm glad for your response, that you will still continue to do what you do, because one or two people can give you even much more than that. And my own contribution to that is that if every one of us collect that money, who will provide the services, who will build the houses, who will work as laborers, who will work as caregiver, who will provide the service, if we all just jump on the money and we're not working again? So work is still part of our life, and it's very, very important that we continue to give to work and give our best to improve our society.
Absolutely.
All right. So what's your advice for anyone that may want to be like you? I'm sure that one or two people has been looking at you and I want to be like this boss. So what's your advice for them?
Well, a few advice here. If you have a business in mind that you want to start, please don't wait, don't procrastinate. As you are thinking, there are 100 people in that same locality or that location or that state that you are that are thinking like you. The first to start may just take advantage of all. So please start small, dream big, start small, then scale up. Don't wait for
Great.
a loan. Don't start a business that you are just trying for the first time with a loan, because they're not going to start small as much as
Start
possible.
small.
Yes, and be objective. Be objective.
Be
Business is
objective.
business. Don't be emotional about it. If it's working, you know it's working. If it's not working, don't put sentiment, and just count your
Great.
losses. Move on. When you fail, pay fast, fail very well. Know why you failed. Know the reason why you failed, and fail forward. Failing forward means you are getting better when you are trying the same thing another time. And above all,
Thank you.
connect well.
Thank you
Connect well.
so
Meet people.
much.
Don't be in a setting that you just sit down. You don't even know whether you are there or not. Connect with people. Tell them what to do. Introduce yourself to people. Dress well every time. Dress well every time.
Dress well
It doesn't
every
matter
time.
where you are going. Look good. Be comfortable with yourself. Be convenient. Have some kind of confidence. So that will give you some heads up to be able to reach out to anybody wherever. So just be at your best. You don't know when that seed capital will come in. You don't know when that person that you've been praying to God for will say, okay, what do you do, sir? Let's see what we can do together. So look good, be confident, connect well, interact more.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rotarian Adewale Abdul. So one last statement from you, very brief also. What would you say about this show, Conversation with Victor Oyefeso? Do you think it's relevant? Do you think there is a value in it? What do you say?
Of course, it's a big deal. Really, I saw it. He sent me that notification. I was thrilled. I was so encouraged to be part of it because I like engaging youth. Invite me for a session. Just inform me ahead. I'll be there. I would like to talk to my mates and the younger ones. My mates and the younger ones. Let's rap. Let's talk about things that will make you better. And above all, I think from here you can actually get mentorship. Every youth must have a mentor. Those
Hmm.
mentors, some of them failed a couple of times because they didn't have mentors. They were just trying different things at different points. So make sure you get yourself at least one mentor. Pick somebody
Great.
that have that you think you like, you admire what the person is doing, and inform the person ahead. I want you to be my mentor, and engage, give time. And when you eventually get the mentor, don't be a burden to your mentor. Hmm? Don't be
Great.
a burden. Learning is good. So for me, I would say we should just publicize this event more. Let's publicize it more. Let people see. Let's have more people joining. Maybe if the recording is available, share it on different platforms. The subsequent one, they'll be interested in being
Great.
part of it. Thank you
Great.
very much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
I
for having me.
appreciate your time. It's very beautiful having you. Thank you so much. I also want to encourage you to please share on your platform. It's going to be on my page immediately after this live session. I think I'm also going to, don't share yet. I'm going to download it and do some editing, and then I will share with you, and I will encourage you to please share on your platform. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
The information was short, but you still made out time. I appreciate you. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And whenever you need my attention, I promise to be available. Thank you.
Great, great, great.